Man, I'm glad I don't have a regular job like a 9 to 5. Just fought across Bakersfield today. At 5 o'clock in the evening. It's the worst time to drive around. Granted, Bakersfield doesn't have as bad a traffic as most places, but my gosh, these people just drive like morons. It's kind of why I do the breakfast shift for DoorDash. No way I would do the evenings, plus trying to find people's addresses at night in the dark. It's next to impossible. I decided to get out here. I'm over on the other side of town, unfortunately, doing a meetup. Highly recommend joining a meetup if you're an ultra runner or even any endurance athlete. Good way to meet people, the hike club that is, and get some miles in and have some company. Definitely needed that today, so we're going to go out here and do 4 or 5 miles out here at Riverwalk. There's tons of people out here, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we have a good walk, and the good thing is at night there's not too many bikes out there. Out here at Riverwalk, it's actually a pretty good sized park. We should have more parks like this. In fact, the local running club, if there's a gal running on the team, a little cross-country action, track action, I think. But, we only have one big park, and then we have Hart Park where the hills are. Of course, Bakersfield, because they don't have a lot of regulations, we have these crazy parks that go for a half a mile long, and are like 20, 30 yards wide, and it's grass alongside a busy street, and they call that a park somehow. Hard to believe it was a year ago, but like a year ago we had the Olympic trials for the marathon in Atlanta on a hilly, windy course. Of course, it was on February 29th, which we don't have this year, of course, because it's a leap year. And there was an interesting article in Let's Run talking about interviewing kind of our Olympic team, which kind of regrettably, you kind of want to run the have a couple months before the Olympics and then run the Olympic marathon. In the meantime, one of the gals, Alafine, has had a child, and she's not even going to start running for another week or two. And, the race is going to be coming up, I guess, in, July, I guess is when the Olympics are. So I don't have a lot of time to get in shape. Galen Rupp, of course, was slightly injured going into the race. He's been injured off and on for a while. He had a surgery on his ankle, I believe. But, he easily won the Olympic trials. And so this extra year will give him some time to train. He said he hasn't been able to race very much, which is obviously the case for a lot of us. But he is expecting to podium. He's got a bronze and a silver, and he really wants that gold medal, and that's what he's going for. Molly Seidel, who, made the team in her first ever marathon. She qualified with a half marathon. She just ran a half marathon somewhere back east, ran a pretty good time, so she's looking good. And then Kipyego, I haven't seen too much about her, though she says she is trying to get in 220 shape or under 220 shape, so hopefully that'll be the case. Unfortunately, like I said, the team's already picked. And then, of course, we did this hilly, hard course, and then they ended up moving the course to a pancake flat course in Japan, so that's kind of unfortunate. And then the other athlete, and his name is escaping me right now, the male athlete who made the team, he hasn't been racing very much because of COVID, and then the 44-year-old hasn't been doing too much racing. Jake Riley is his name. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name, or Jacob Riley. And then, of course, Abdu, who's going to be 44 in the Olympics, who made the team. So it kind of be interesting. There were some pretty fast high school times this past weekend. We had a couple California kids from the Newberry Park going sub 9 in the 3200. In fact, one of them, a junior, got like the third best all time in the 3200 for a Californian. So they keep on cranking along. And a young woman in Texas Tech or somewhere, she ran a sub 2 minute 800 and also got a record. So lots of fast times been going on indoors and outdoors. And there was an interesting article. They were talking to Ben True on Let's Run on their podcast. And he was talking about, everybody's, not racing as much. And then, of course, the super shoes. And they're also picking races where they know they can have some success. And, like the one he just ran where he had a 20-plus second PR at age 35 in the 10K. And all those other guys, everybody got 10 people ended up getting the Olympic standards in the 10K. So kind of a side benefit of all this craziness, but hopefully soon it will all end.